Hey, I heard you. I saw you on the news the other night. You made the news. Well, one of your characters made the news. Russell Coit. You know what I'm talking about. Helped the little girl near Geelong who got bitten by a snake, and you were her inspiration to keep calm and carry on. I believe.
It was funny because it started on 3AW, and I was listening to 3AW as being an elderly gent. I tend to listen to 3AW.
But also, you're employed there, so
I employed, yeah. And was on the rumour file, and I was lying in bed listening to it, and they said, she said, "It's okay, Mummy. I'm going to be fine because Russell Coit told me what to do," and I didn't think anything of it. But then the next day, I went in there, and they got her on the phone, and I was really wary. Because I'm thinking, just watch out, you don't say anything. Because when you're talking to young girls, you just don't want to make inappropriate jokes.
She was about 10, wasn't she? 9 or 10.
Yeah. So I just didn't want to be inappropriate. So I made it all about myself. And it was quite funny because...
It was funny.
They, because the 7 network rang me and the 9 network rang and said, "Can we do a story?" And I said, "Look, I've spoken to her on the radio. I don't want to do it anymore because it looks like I'm dining out on it. We all know."
And what we'll actually play the audio after this conversation, but
okay.
The Channel 7 and they just used the audio grab from the radio, which is
good because it made it, rather than me sitting there trying to recreate a moment with her on the news, it went to what I'd already said to her. Do you want to say what I said?
Yeah, it was funny. It was you said,
I said, "Do you think your mum might nominate me for Australian of the Year?" And it was funny. It was funny. But I got to say, I watched it go to air that night on Channel 7 News, and it was quite touching because she was on the floor, and I think her mum might have been panicking a little bit. She said, "It's okay, Mum," and I was quite touched that she, and which, and it's also interesting because if you tell a kid, if you're bitten by a snake, you need to do A, B, and C. Chances are he won't remember it. But if you put it in a song or a comedy act or do it with a character, that's why characters work so well, because you have an emotional response and it resonates with you.
It brings me back to Hector, the road safety cat, who I think we've talked about before, but he was a big cat, and he was only in Victoria, but he had a jingle that went, if the road is full of traffic, walk straight across the road, don't run, walk straight across the road. I still remember the jingle. Yeah. Remember him? Remember Hector, the road safety cat?
Well, just proved my theory that I don't remember that. But anyway.
and they also had they had a giraffe or something. They used to talk about other things too. I can't remember. Oh, people remember. There was a giraffe who sang a song too. But you're right. It's true. If it's in a song or a joke, people remember it.
This is where art steps in. Art has a reaction. You have a visceral. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Reaction. And anyway, you want to play the bloody news?
Play it. It's very cute. Let's have a listen.
Yesterday, a rumour file contributor called Cut Snake told us this.
We are told that a 9-year-old girl was bitten by a 1.5 metre long tiger snake west of Melbourne last week. So, how did she handle the traumatic event? Well, she applied her knowledge she'd gained from her favourite survival expert, Russell Coit.
So I lay her down on the floor, put a snake compression bandage on her leg while calming her down, but I had to go to the phone to ring 000, so I asked Grace to stay calm and not move. But she told me, "It's okay, Mum, I know what to do because Russell Coit taught me. I need to stay calm, immobilise the leg, and call for help."
Is there any chance we could speak with Grace?
Absolutely. Here's Grace right now.
Hey, Grace, how are you feeling now?
A lot better.
That must have been pretty frightening. And then next thing you know, you've bitten, but you told your mum it's okay. I know what to do from watching Russell Coit. I wonder if you would be prepared to speak with someone who's just popped into the studio. Grace, say good morning to Russell Coit.
Good morning.
Good morning, Russell Coit.
Good morning, Grace. I just want to say congratulations on your great work and following all the rules that I've set out. What other thing do you? Seriously, how great am I to help you out with something like that?
Very, very great.
Yeah. Do you think perhaps your mum might want to nominate me for Australian for the Year of the Year, because I don't think that's too much to ask. What would you say to that?
Definitely.
Yeah, naturally. Yeah, that's good. Listen, keep up all the good work. Just remember, the snake, everyone's scared. The snake's scared, you're scared. I wouldn't be scared because I'm Russell Coit. But just remember, the snake is just as scared as you. And so, therefore, just be brave and do everything that I've said. And you're a good girl. And maybe we'll call me next time there's a snake and I'll come and get it for you.
Grace. This has been the greatest day of her life. So you're back at school after your snake bite?
A little bit.
Right, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, you'll have a story to tell your classmates. Grace, say goodbye to Russell Coit.
Good on you, Grace.
Bye.
Keep up the good work.
Wow.
Warm and sunny today, top of 30. It's 20.5 degrees at the moment. Can you do a time call and throw to the break?
It's the big hands on the. Hang on a second. I don't normally read a clock like this. Look, Queensland time. It's 6:20.
Wow, you're a hero. You're a modern day hero.
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty sure you'll be asked to the Governor General's house and they give you a medal. You know, they give people those medals at the end of the year.
Well, Kochi, is it Kochi?
Kochi, yeah.
Kochi said it was the feel-good story of the year.
Wow. Are we not forgetting Koshi that a little girl got bitten by a snake, you idiot? But anyway.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, well said. He got bitten by a snake, nearly died. And anyway.
You know what the feel-good story of the year was?
What?
Port Adelaide losing to Richmond in the semi-final and seeing Kochi in the stand look devastated. For me, that was the... I know, I got nothing against Port Adelaide. I quite like Port Adelaide. There's Koshi I don't really like. So I don't know why.
How do you feel like... Do you feel... I don't know why. He's never done anything wrong by me.
Oh, he has by me. I had a film out years ago and he refused to talk. He said... We had a film out called Takeaway that, I wrote with Mark O'Toole and I remember watching this in the radio studio when I was doing radio and Kochi, he had a film reviewer on.
Yeah.
And the film reviewer goes, I want to talk about this Australian movie Takeaway. And Kochi goes, no. I watched it on the plane. No good. Move on.
What?
We're not talking about that. Yep. Yeah. It's very mean. You say.
I mean, you don't say this. And you were there. No.
I was watching it I was actually
sorry.
doing radio, so I was watching it, and
Yeah.
I just remember my colleagues just laughing, going, "Oh, that's pretty harsh." From that
Then
point
again-
on,
Then again, have we not said things that we didn't like?
possibly.
And have we ever thought about how people might react?
I don't
Well, I
want to
think
go back.
now's-
I don't want to go back over the Craig McLaughlin story where I.
But no,
made
but
it-
we can. I just think we can. At this point, we can say sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, well,
Maybe won't we have a big sorry walk for all the inappropriate jokes ever made? What? That's a great thing to do.
Wow.
Bad joke, sorry day.
Sorry
joke
day's already taken.
I
though.
know. Okay.
Yeah, so we got. I think you got to go. Apology for bad joke day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apology for bad
And
joke day.
I'll lead it holding Craig McLaughlin's hand.
God, who am I? Richard Wilkins.
Perfect. You and Richard Wilkins, me and Craig McLaughlin down the front. And we'll get other people. Hughes, you can hold hands with Carl Sandilands because he had a famous incident where he...
Oh, it goes on, doesn't it? The
Will
list goes
Anderson and Shannon Knoll. That was another famous incident. What a parade.
Oh,
And
we've
we all
started something here.
we all have to hold hands. Hey, imagine
Yeah.
imagine the party afterwards.
on.
Shannon
That'd be
Knoll.
good. Yeah.
Get out the guitar. You got Richard Wilkins can do the introductions.
I can see some tears, and I can see
Yeah.
some laughter, and I can see some hugging, and I can see friends forever because we've resolved it. And we're moving forward.
Yeah.
Oh, is it annual? Do we do it every year?
Yes, yeah, because every year when there's younger comics coming up, they're insulting people, and radio personalities are insulting. Lawrence Mooney will be there. He's surely.
Oh, he's the patron.
He's not the king of Moomba.
He's the
king of Moomba.
yeah, Lawrence Mooney. We all know.
I'm trying. Fiona Lachlan will be there because she's had a running feud with Nicole Kidman. I don't think Nicole's aware of it, but
right.
if
Do
we
they
can
need?
get-
I think they need to be aware of it for it to be valid.
Okay. Well, she's also had a thing about the Irwins, Bindi Irwin and Terry Irwin, so we could possibly get them and Fiona and Nicole Kidman would be great if she was there. If we'll settle for Antonio Kidman, the sister. Man, I'm just thinking in my head all the feuds that I remember that comedians have had.
Yeah.
I can't remember the Lawrence Mooney one. I can't remember who he feuded with. There was someone. It's always reported in the paper. And now he's doing Sydney radio. I think they're right onto him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Russell Crowe. He's made fun of Russell Crowe.
Oh, that happened.
And also Malcolm Turnbull.
I saw
so
that
we can have.
Hang on. Yeah, go on.
We can have Lawrence Mooney holding hands with Malcolm Turnbull on one hand and Russell Crowe on the other.
Oh,
Oof.
Walk across the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry for the jokes. And was it? No, apology for the jokes. Apology
bad
for
jokes. Sorry for the bad jokes.
Bad jokes. Apology for the bad jokes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll put that to the. You know what? We'll get some COVID funding for it because to get industry going again in Australia, we'll put it to SCAMO through the Arts Board or whatever, and say we've got this idea and see what happens.
I just reckon that it's somewhere in the government. They always are saying we need a new day. We need something to get something positive out there. I think we need to, you're listening to this now. Just ring us up quietly, and we're happy to be the leaders. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a really stupid idea. I'd love to see it though.
Well, what we're about to do is not a stupid idea.
No,
it's a
here
wonderful
it goes.
idea. Somehow
here it
related.
goes.
And the theme is just you hear the theme. And you just
I can hear it.
Having said that, we could march across the Sydney Harbour Bridge to
this theme.
To this theme. Somehow relate. How are we related? We hurt each other.
Hello and welcome to Somehow Related, and now please welcome your hosts Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
Well, yes, welcome to the show. And look, it's pretty simple. You get two topics. You've got to work out how they're related. Like Glenn Robbins and snakebite. Well, that'd be easy. We know.
Oh, that is a good one.
We know that you saved this young woman's life. Young girl's life.
Yeah, young girl's life outside of Geelong.
I've got to say, I watched the news report. I do love it when she reenacted. You know, when they make the people reenact the actual thing.
Yeah.
They had a great thing on the news, and someone put it on YouTube. A guy chased a burglar with his guitar, but he did it for every network. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And then he was getting into it, was doing different variations, and
because it would be 15 minutes of fame. You're going, cameras, I feel important. I'll do it again. No worries, come on round. And, you'd feel pretty good about doing that, I reckon.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you should, last week we were talking about you in your pajamas. I think, if the news had got a hold of that, they should have come around. Dave O'Neill, I think there's a new idea story in it. I think there's a new story in it. And you could be in your pajamas reenacting the moment when you were pointing at the guy running, the drunk guy running through the school.
At the very least, Crime Stoppers, I could play myself in a reenactment.
Yeah.
At the very least. The very least.
Jeez, we're full of ideas today.
I know. Well, we get two topics and we've got to work out how they're related. Okay. That's how this works. Let's get our topics. We've had enough mucking around. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What are the topics?
Camels and the common cold.
Wow. Man's not a camel. That's one of the great statements.
What is that statement?
I think it's I need a drink. Man's not a camel. Well, you know how camels have got two reservoirs of water, isn't it, or something like that? I don't know.
They're a dromedary.
Stomachs.
They're a dromedary.
What does that mean?
It means it's got one hump. I think there's two humps. Are they filled with water or fat?
I don't know.
I thought they were full. I remember. I think maybe. I remember reading something about something they can live off their own fat for a long time, which means that a person who was a little bit could live off their own fat.
Oh, like I could live off my own fat.
I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to infer that.
I'm like a camel. Man's not a camel.
But I think from school I always remember being the two humps being water, and that's why they're great in the desert. Because, hey Keith, what? You thirsty? No, I'm full. I bought my hump. It's full of water. I'll just go off that. Yeah, no worries. So I think there are more camels in Australia than there are in the Middle East.
Yes, they came over and they had the Afghan guys running the camels in the early days, and then they became feral, the camels, and just got out in the wild.
That's right, they're feral camels.
They imported them. I don't think they're native to Australia.
But there are a lot of them running around in the wild. I mean, I should know this. I'm Russell Coit, but I didn't know that.
Have you ever ridden a camel?
I was just about to say something. No desire to.
No.
I mean, it's just. I mean, I've seen the photographs in Broome where you go, come to Broome, and you know, walk along the beach at sunset, and I'm going, do I really want to ride on a smelly camel at
So
sunset?
Russell Coit's had no interaction with camels at all?
No, I have. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what happened?
I was shat upon by a camel. He leant down. I think he shat on it. I think
this.
Well, I get it mixed up with the horse. The horse urinated on me because he had something caught in his foot. And the camel, I did the same joke, but we couldn't repeat the pissing from the horse. So then I just did, here's the problem, and I lift up his foot, and the camel shat on my head.
There's nothing wrong with repeating the same joke if it's. When I wrote my first book, the editor said you've got 7 jokes about 7-Elevens, and I said, yeah, that's a theme. She goes, oh, okay, that's a theme. I went, yeah, theme. Whereas,
see, they wouldn't get that. They go, you can't keep on going back. It's a callback. It's a callback.
I was just saying that to say something, but that's a theme weighing on you. So how did you had an actual camel there, like a real camel?
Yeah, we went to a camel farm. I don't know where it was.
Somewhere.
It was somewhere out in that part of the world. And and just turned up, and the camel was there. It was pretty easy to work with, and I just had to, obviously you had a shot. They just had a bucket of some porridge or something, brown porridge. And
I was going to ask, what was the poo? Do you use authentic camel poo? Or
I think they had to put some hay in it to make it look. I can't remember. See, I could be for the people who really know Russell Court, they'll know better than me. But I'm pretty sure it was shit as opposed to piss. And I just remember that got to give them directions on the timing of the shit, and where it hits me. And I know with the pissing horse, I said, squirt me once, then let me start talking again, and then squirt me again. So the second one is like,
I'm laughing already.
Yeah. So it's all about, and there's someone just off camera with a big, I don't want to spoil the magic.
I know. But surely if you ever do Russell Court again, surely he goes, you know how that woman went through there's a movie about it where she just goes across Australia on the camels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Surely that's
true story.
But surely that is a good thing for Russell Court to go a little bit feral, back to nature, kind of.
Well, here's the question. How many jokes can you write about a camel? Because if you can only write one joke about a camel, you don't want to be doing a whole episode about it. No, you need more than... having said that, you may well come up with half a dozen. And if you've got your 7-Eleven jokes, you can have...
7 of them.
You can have 7 camel jokes.
But it's a great visual, just Russell Court on a camel is funny. That is a funny image.
It is a funny image, yeah.
But you could Photoshop that possibly. You don't have to get on the camel. Yeah,
because I normally have an expert do my bike riding, my horse riding, so that someone puts the costume on. Again, I'm killing the magic. I know I'm killing the magic. I think
they call a stuntman.
Yeah, because I just go, I want to look like I can do it. Having said that, a camel, it's not that hard to look like you can ride it.
Yeah, but it's high up. It's high up. It looks quite high.
They like spitting too. Do you know that?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know of any other animal in nature that can spit, except for humans.
Yeah, llamas spit as well.
Snakes can spit, can't they?
Llamas do.
They spit.
Famous for spitting.
I guess their mouth is full of sand. They've got two lots of eyelids for the sand.
Oh wow.
Which would be handy. I mean, we're beachgoers. We Australians. It would be handy if humans had another set of eyelids to go down to the beach on those windy days when the sand's blowing everywhere.
Yeah.
It'd be good. I don't know why we haven't evolved into that. Come on, evolution, catch up.
Here's a question for a often beach-going surfing. So how do you stop sunscreen getting in your eyes when you... That's very painful.
I suffer from that every day. Even now, when it just dribbles down. It doesn't matter how much, it just dribbles down your eyes.
Painful, isn't it?
And it happens about half an hour to an hour later. You go, why are my eyes hurting? You go, oh, that's right, I put suntan cream on. So maybe what you're using needs to, the viscosity might be a bit watery. Maybe you need to go a bit thicker so it doesn't run down so quickly.
The old zinc.
Zinc.
I love zinc.
Guaranteed to be okay. Zinc.
Anyway, that's nothing about camels. I just wanted to ask you that. But
I think a camel can go as fast as don't they have races in the outback?
Yes, they do.
And they have jockeys and they have. Oh my God! I'm going to say, when you go down the stables, you smell the horses. That's not too bad. I was talking to a friend about it, just by the by. There's a thing called horse therapy where people who are feeling a little bit, they just go on. And he was doing it for himself. He just go in, because he used to be a jockey, and he just go up and he's give the horse a bit of a cuddle, and feels better. I don't reckon you can do that with camels. I don't reckon you're going to feel better by giving a camel a bit of a cuddle. Are you?
They look aggressive, camels, to me.
They got that. But they've got you look at their eyelashes, they've got big, because of the sand, they've evolved with big eyelashes as well. So they've got the beautiful big eyelashes and the big eyes. I don't know. Maybe if we're judging camels too harshly. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. A camel ride, yeah, I'd say no, but
I'd say no because it'd hurt my back.
Yes. What about colds? Let's move on to the common cold.
Look, let's be honest. When all the viruses get together, I think we may have had the conversation before. Common cold's there. He's just hanging around. He's been hanging at the party for a long time.
Yes.
What are the other viruses? I mean, obviously,
flu, COVID.
Flu. Yeah, but when COVID turns up,
SARS.
Oh, there you go. It's
bird flu.
When COVID turns up, we go, COVID's here. COVID's here. Go.
The new kid on the block. The new kid on the block.
COVID's here. He's really infectious.
I reckon even the viruses would avoid COVID.
You reckon?
Yeah,
but he's the star of the show.
Ebola would go up to him and go, you reckon you're pretty good, do you? Because it's related to Ebola, I think.
Is it?
It could be a second cousin. Yeah, you think you're pretty good, do you? Yeah. I think it's related to one of the viruses.
So you walk up to, how you go, where you from? Like you say, I'm from Bayside, I'm from Northern Suburbs. Where you from? Oh, I'm from Bats. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're from China. And Ebola's like, I'm from Africa. We should have a chat. We've got similarities,
Jeez, like, you're a bit sweaty. COVID, yeah.
COVID's like, how many people did you kill? Well, a few hundred. A few hundred. I've killed millions, I think, by now.
Yeah.
But hey, isn't it funny though? Hughesy was saying this the other day when we did a Zoom for what were they? I can't remember who they were, and we rang you actually. I rang you on my mobile because.
Why did you ring me?
Well, we were doing a Zoom for a company, and they said, "Who's the most famous person you can ring?" And so Hughesy rang Peter Hellier, and I rang you. But how far was I down the list? Who's the most famous person you got in your phone? Who's the most famous person? I said Eric Banner, but I said I'm not ringing him. I haven't spoken to him for about a year, but I speak to you all the time. So
I'm an easy get. Yeah, and I saw your call come through, and I was in the middle of something. Imagine if I'd taken the call and I would have gone, seriously,
They're a computer company. They're software people. Who's the most famous person in your phone? Surely you'd have you got Pat Rafter. We've talked about Pat Rafter last week.
Yeah.
Shane Warne. You got Warney.
Yeah, I've got Warney. That's true. I haven't got Daryl Summers.
You've got Daryl.
No, I haven't got Daryl. I don't know why
we always come back to Daryl.
Listen to the show last week, and we're at the tennis, and Daryl Summers is always turning up.
Hughesy always. I mean,
but I like that world. I like that world. I like it when there are other people there. Who else have I got in there? I could go through, but I'm using the phone now. I can't really go through.
No.
I don't know.
What about in the acting world, in the show business world? I mean, apart from sports people.
The acting. I must have a really big one in there, surely. No, I don't.
No.
There is a game you can play, and I know that this is only showbiz game you can play, but you do play. You go, okay, you got A, B, and C grade celebrities, and then I go through my phone, and you go, it's a B grade, only 2 points. You get 1 point for a C, 2 points for a B, and 3 points for an A. I reckon I've probably got half a dozen A's in there.
I've got Greg Evans' business card in my wallet still.
No disrespect, Greg. But.
Perfect match.
Oh, business card? Still in your wallet?
Business card, yeah, in my wallet, yeah.
In your wallet?
Yeah, I think it's in my other wallet. Yeah, I kept it.
I think that your Facebook friends would love to see a photograph of that.
Greg Evans, I've got to find it now. It's somewhere. Okay, the cold. But anyway, Hughesy was saying on this podcast before we talked about ringing you, he hasn't had a cold all year. And it's true, because we've all been isolating. I haven't had a cold either. Have you had a cold this year?
No. But I think I read that within a year, the average adult will get a cold 4 times, and kids will get it 10 times.
My kids haven't had hardly any at all, because they haven't been going to school. So
so it's in that sense, it's been good. Your average flu. And can you draw a line between what a cold and a flu? Do you? What is a flu? That means a flu just really. What's a cold? A cold just stays in your head, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I think I've only ever seen people with a fever, but you can't really get out of bed. It's really strikes you down, a fever. Whereas a cold, you can go to work and stuff, but it's just you're all snotty.
I just don't tend to get colds. I only tend to get, I go the full thing. I just tend to get the flu. I don't want to put a hoodoo on myself, but I haven't had one for a while. And like you, I do a bit of cold water swimming, as you know, legend, whatever. Get over it.
Iceberger.
And I know those people who do it every day, and I don't do it every day. They don't get any.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, they die of a heart attack from the cold, but they don't get any colds.
That is interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, you get colds from other people, basically, don't you?
Well, apparently a sneeze is like 10,000 or 100,000 little things in that in a sneeze, where it's just going. So no wonder we're worrying. And I dare say, when this podcast goes to air, we'll still be, and I'm quite happy to participate in the mask thing, doing my bit.
Yeah. How do you feel though when you see? Because we're in Melbourne, where you're still got to wear masks. How do you feel when you see people not wearing masks? Just they don't even have one hanging off their ear. You know, how you see the guys hanging off their ear, the nose popping out.
Well, there was a time when I don't care. I don't mind anymore. Do you give them a look?
Yeah. Well, I want to say something, but I haven't said anything yet. But
well, it'd probably best if you don't, because there's a very good chance that the person who's not wearing a mask maybe have some other issues.
I was in a bakery where I go to like a lot, and this woman came in. She had a mask on though, an older woman, and she and the woman behind the counter, who I know, said, "Oh, you want to eat here? You've got to sign your name and number here, because there's to get in case there's an outbreak."
Hang on, just to buy or to eat?
To eat there. If you're buying takeaway, you don't have to leave your name and number.
Yeah, right.
But if you're going to sit down in the cafe, you've got to write your name and address and phone number. And this woman goes, no. That's an invasion of my civil liberties.
Oh,
and
no.
Yeah, it was really funny. And then the woman goes, well, you can't eat here then. And she starts to walk out, and then she looks around and she goes, and I'll tell you all, it's not a pandemic. And I said, yeah, well, I reckon it is. And she goes, well, how would you know? And I said, because I'm a doctor. She goes, and she goes, well, I'm so much more than that. And I said, well, we're both lying now. So,
oh, that's good. I love it when you call it. That is a great trait you've got there. And then when in doubt, when challenged, lie. Love it.
Yeah. And ever since I keep going in there, they always, because they said they can't really have a crack at her. They've been told by their boss they can't have a crack at these people, but she said, you can. I said, oh yeah, I'll have a go.
Because if that happened in your sitcom, what would happen is she would step out and she would get hit by a car, and then she'd be lying on the road, and then she'd go, it's okay, there's a doctor in the back. Yeah. And you'd have to go over, and she goes, I'm dying, but you're a doctor. I know you'll save me. What sort of bun? You'd be eating a bun, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I'd be eating a bun. I go, hold this. Why?
And by the way, I'm not a real doctor. And
I could say my twin brother's technically a doctor because he's got a PhD in communications. So
yeah, but he's overseas.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying that I could say, yeah, I'm a doctor, but not in medicine. I'm a doctor of letters or whatever.
Aromatherapy. Yeah.
Yeah. Chiropractor.
Yeah. Anyway, this is going to fit there. Eat this sticky bun. Everything's going to be fine. Vitamin C, I don't know, apparently it doesn't work for colds.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I think there's no real way to cure a cold. You've just got to see it out. And you can take Codral, which works to stop it a little bit, but...
You want to know my theory? Here's my theory. Here we go. Write this down. Sunshine?
Yeah.
Sunshine, very good. And swimming in salt water. And the reason being, salt water cleans it all out, flushes you out. You just can't help but get flushed out with the salt.
Love it.
So I reckon if you
I've been having a real hankering to swim in the ocean.
Well, I think I was the one that turned you around when we did that gig up. Yeah, we went and we swam in the ocean. Coffs Harbour. And you know what? It was.
Thought I was going to have a heart attack.
No, yeah. It was perfect because I think we then walked up the beach and there was a caravan selling hamburgers, and it was just like. Good. Doesn't get any better than this. That's one of those caravans, they were good burgers, remember?
They were. They were. So, he was an ex-radio guy or something.
I know. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay.
They were good burgers.
Common cold.
Common cold. Well, I really want to go swimming again because it's been so long now because of COVID. And I don't want to go in a pool, but I want to go salt water. Yeah.
Well, maybe don't. You're from Melbourne, so look. Wait, don't go to the bay after there's been a big a lot of rain because
Storm, yeah,
it'll be
right,
it flushes out into the bay.
Dirty.
But
yeah.
but you can now go outside your 25. So I'd recommend you go down with the
ocean.
other millions of people and go down, to, the East Coast or the West Coast and
nice.
jump in the ocean. But don't, just be careful because from between the flags, can't believe I'm saying this.
Definitely.
Yep. And blow your nose and clean out your sinuses when you get there. Okay. I don't know what else.
But also, do you get a cold? Isn't it funny when you get a cold and then I deny it for a long time, for a few days. Oh, I haven't got a cold. I'm right. I'm fine. And then you just lie in bed and you can feel all the snot running to one side of your nostril. Then you lie on the other side. And you're like, oh, I have got a cold. Yeah. It's awful.
Well, there's a thing that happens sometimes when I surf is that your sinuses fill up with salt water, and then later on that day, when you're just going about your business, you'll lean forward in a certain way, and a big trickle of salt water run all over whatever whatever you're doing. It's very embarrassing, but quite satisfying at the same time.
Oh yeah. And people talk about man flu, and I think that's actually true. I think men cope worse with colds, don't you reckon, than women?
I
reckon
know
men
about that.
struggle.
I think that's a really sexist thing to say. I think the man flu thing. God, can't we have a bit of a, what's the song? Soldier on
with Codral, soldier on,
soldier on,
soldier on, with Codral, soldier on. Goes back to your thing, a song. Everyone remembers a song, doesn't
That's right. You remember a song. I remember I had a bad cold and I had to do a gig and I took, I don't know, the upper or the downer. I know there's one that take to up you.
Oh, there's nighttime and there's daytime.
Yeah, I took a daytime before a gig, and as you know, I don't partake in a lot of drugs, and I was off my nut, and I was standing up in front of the audience with a light in my face, going, "You're on stage talking to people." I was having that moment where out of body, and just going. Just do your material and get off. Just do your material and get off. And they're laughing. It's okay. You're going to be fine. But it's very weird because the upper and then the downers are good. They can put you to sleep.
Put you to sleep.
Make you nice and drowsy.
Sleep. I think sleep's good for a cold too.
There's no doubt. When you lie down, your body goes, okay, we don't have to do anything now. We can fight. But if you go out about your business for the rest of the day, the body goes, well, I can't fight the cold and, do work. You just got to.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do, lie down. Doona, TV on, a lemon drink.
Yes.
Lip sip, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And it's the phase you got to talk like that. You got to make yourself sound a little bit sicker than you really are.
Oh look, I got to work. Remember doing that when we had sick days back in the 80s, and you'd ring up, you go, I got to work. Did you ever I got caught once. I rang up and said I had a sick day. Then I went to the city to the movies and I came out and I saw one of the guys from work walking along.
Not a smart idea to go to a place where, you should have gone to a suburban cinema. Should have been smart about it. Anyway.
Well, who tells the story? It's a footballer. It was, Plugger and Spud Murphy passed away. They're St Kilda players and they were meant to go to training and instead they went to, Luna Park? And the Herald Sun on the next page had a photo of them on the Big Dipper. It's like, yeah.
Not smart.
Not smart.
Not smart. Okay. Think music. Camel.
Yeah, something about Camels?
Camels. You know what I think of Camel cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not condoning, don't get me wrong, but if you did smoke, and let's say you smoke, now maybe we've had this conversation before. If you smoke now, what would you smoke?
Oh, Winnie Blues?
You're a Winnie Blue guy.
Oh, I think Marlboros are appealing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Marlboro.
Do I see you as a rolly guy? I see you as a drum guy. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Drum.
Yeah. I see you as menthol.
Yeah, I knew you would. What's that one called? Beach or Cool or something?
Yeah. Well, you think it's better for you.
Yeah.
Smoking a bit of menthol.
Yeah. And, these are actually good for you.
Yeah. The Beach or the Cool. There was a cigarette called Cool. Yeah.
Look, we could either have Codral, Soldier on that ad,
right,
or
I
reckon there was an ad. Tell me if I'm wrong. And it was for Camel, where doctors said that it's the cigarette chosen by doctors. It was fantastic. Right. It was so good. It must have been mid-50s or something. In black and white. Can we hear that?
Yeah, let's hear that. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Time out for many men of medicine usually means just long enough to enjoy a cigarette. And because they know what a pleasure it is to smoke a mild, good-tasting cigarette, they're particular about the brand they choose. In a repeated national survey, doctors in all branches of medicine, doctors in all parts of the country were asked, "What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?" Once again, the brand named most was Camel. Yes, according to this repeated nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. See how Camels agree with your throat. See how mild and good-tasting a cigarette can be.
Oh, wow.
So
There we go.
I think we saw it here. The doctor was actually smoking while he was writing a prescription.
Fantastic.
So he goes to the doctor and he just, he lights up. So just writing you up a script for penicillin. Oh, there's the ashtray. Just put that down over there.
To this day, you can find doctors just to back dodgy stuff, I reckon. Like anti-vaxxers always have it. They always bring up some doctor. Even in this COVID thing, some doctor came out and said, some Melbourne doctor came and said, "Oh, the pandemic's not real."
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
He's a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I know.
Anyway,
I've got a couple of conspiracy friends. I don't know what to say to them anymore.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
So we have to have, this is the point where we have a crack.
Well, the thing to say to them is that I always say, if you get a plumber over to your house, right, do you stand in the backyard and say, "Why is the toilet blocked?" And he goes, "It's the tree roots, there's too much toilet paper." And you go, no, but I read on Facebook, it's subterranean demons, mate. But you don't, because you trust the plumber, don't you? He's been doing it for years. That's his job.
Having said
Whereas
that.
but these guys don't trust doctors, having said that.
Those subterranean demons do sound plausible.
Yeah, so it's pretty good.
Yeah. Imagine if the plumber comes around to Dave O'Neill's place. "How was your day?" "He's pretty good." I went around Dave O'Neill's place. I seen him on Specs and Specs. I thought he was a pretty normal sort of guy. Then he starts on with this subterranean demons in the pipes. "What did you do?" "Oh, look, I just did the job as quickly as possible and
got out of there.
So if you're paying them on an hourly rate, probably not a bad thing to do.
Yeah, start freaking them out. But my argument is that you don't argue with the plumber. Why you argue with the doctor about their area of expertise?
Yeah.
You come to us with a question about comedy, we'll tell you the straight answer, and you respect it.
But having said that, we just heard doctors talking about
cigarettes.
So,
But as I said, you can find doctors, you can find some dodgy guy to back you up.
I'd like to try and, I reckon you and I should start a conspiracy on this show.
Yeah.
See
if it spreads.
Yeah. It's a really good challenge. I don't know what it should be. I reckon something about eating donuts or something. I don't know.
Well, what about toilets are blocked by subterranean demons?
Okay. All right, let's go with that. Because I know.
Well, you read some of the American ones; they're not far. It's not far from it.
Yeah, I reckon I did a subterranean demon this morning.
No, you've killed the demons.
The demons will be down there going, "Oh no, I can handle a lot, but I can't handle that."
I'm going back to hell or wherever I live.
This is bad. Gee.
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, well, I'll have a crack. I reckon cold started with camels. I reckon, they think COVID started with monkeys.
I think that's pretty good.
Ebola started with, what was it? I think it was monkeys as well.
I'm going to say...
Sorry, COVID started with bats.
I'm going to say...
Ebola started with monkeys.
Similar, but I'm going to say that camels can't catch colds, and they're doing tests on them to find out why they can't catch them. So therefore, whatever they've got, we want some of it. So they're currently testing them because the common cold, there's no vaccine for a common cold. But camels can. Anyway, that's my answer. What is the answer?
Researchers have now found the source of one of 4 common cold coronavirus is to have originated in camels. Comparative molecular genetic analysis of common cold viruses found that they were actually transmitted from camels to humans. It's a relatively new discovery because researchers didn't realize viruses could spread between the 2 species until 2012. That was when the MERS coronavirus jumped from camels to people. But the strain of the common cold virus from camels would have happened many years ago.
Wow, well done.
Oh, wow. I just guessed that.
You have been listening to Somehow Related with Glenn Robbins and Dave O'Neill.
God, you're not a weirdo. Like, you know, so all the plumbers going around today's place, don't worry, he's pretty smart. He's got stuff worked out.
Yeah. Don't get me started on the subterranean demons that are blocking the toilets of Australia and the world. Yeah. And they're going to take over the world. Someone put a conspiracy thing. I've got, this is the thing. A guy I went to high school with has obviously gone too deep into the conspiracy things, and he put stuff on Facebook now. And he put one the other day and had the people who organised this picture of JFK shooting and this 9/11 also organised this COVID picture of COVID. And I just wrote, wow, that must be really old or hand it down to their children, because how old would you be if you organised JFK? What was that, 60 something, 64 or 63 or whatever?
Oh, but it's a group of people, and they have a board.
Well, but they'd all be dead.
Yeah, but it's all in the family.
Oh, so you hand it down. Is that what happens?
It's a whole group of people. It's like all the people behind the banks and behind because the lines go all the way back, and it's a big conspiracy.
Right.
So
you gather around. Stan is the guy who organised the shooting of JFK. And think about that.
Yeah.
No one's ever come out and said they were involved in the. No one's ever come out and said I was on the grassy knoll. No. I was that guy. No. It's just. And so he's on the deathbed, and he goes, "Kids, gather around. I organised JFK."
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And in 2000 or whenever 9/11 is going to happen, you've got to organise that. And they're like, "What? We've got to do what?" And then tell your kids to organise COVID 20 years later. Oh,
that's right,
Dad.
Really? Can I just do what other kids do? No.
Can I be an accountant?
It's a family duty to pass it on. Yep. So
I love it.
Yeah.
The Illuminati family. That's what we are, guys. We've got to control the world.
I don't think I've never participated in anything like that. But it must be hard, because they must be always on the, like, if you are a conspiratorialist, you must be always on the lookout, because there comes a time where things die off and you've got to find a new one.
Yes.
The next one coming along, and you've got to go, and then you've got to go A equals B equals C. Oh, I've worked it out.
But also you'd go the big ones, 9/11, moon landing, COVID. But then you start to localise a little bit. One of the guys around here told me, hey, there's been dogs disappearing in the neighbourhood. What? Yeah, they're being sold to China.
Well,
so he's localised his conspiracy theory.
We have started a couple of them. Yeah. I think you brought out, hang on, what did you bring up? Oh, yours was big. You said that donuts don't have real jam in them. They have applesauce.
Oh, someone pointed that out. Yes, applesauce is flavoured. Yes. That is that's true, though. That's not a conspiracy theory. Listen to me. Maybe we should prove other local ones.
I heard one the other day. Maybe this is a conspiracy, but it's in ice cream ads. When they have ice cream, and they in the ad they take it out of the bowl and scoop it up, and it looks really beautiful. Yeah. It's not ice cream; it's mashed potato.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. That is.
Oh,
true.
You already knew that.
Yeah. I had a friend who was a food stylist. Yeah.
I had some cold potato the other day, and I looked down. I just closed my eyes, and I opened them up again, and I said, I'm going to pretend you look like vanilla ice cream. And it looked exactly like vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. Wow. They do all those tricks. And they use hairspray. Or when they do like McDonald's ads, they spray hairspray on the Big Macs to make them glisten.
Oh, well, I told you about the time I had to do a chip ad. I did an ad for chips. And they had to bring about a big bowl of steaming chips. And each chip was injected with chemicals to make it steamy and hot. So they go, don't eat that one there, and that one there, because they got chemicals in them, but you can go that one there.
See, there you go.
Gee, I want to start a conspiracy.
I don't know. What about something about Russell Coit? Like
Russell Coit
and the snake bite. Russell Coit's going to run for Senate or something ridiculous.
Russell Coit, that's good. Jeez.
I don't know. It's going to be hard to come up with.
Anyway, people got an idea for a conspiracy. We're happy to be the platform.
Oh, don't invite them. Don't invite them in. I remember doing ABC Radio, and I wanted to talk about UFOs, and the producer said, "I am warning you. You say the word UFO, the board will light up with every sort of person who's seen a UFO." And it's true. It was a trigger for some people. Well, and I know you've seen a UFO. You've seen one.
My story was, yep. And I was taken. and I went up and they experimented on me. I love this race. They experimented on me. And I was in the nude on the thing with the light, and then they put me back into my bed, and I woke up the next morning. And it was like, I couldn't believe that had happened. So you woke up in bed. Oh yeah, they put me back in bed.
Tuck me in.
They tucked me in, yeah. And they put my pajamas back on, my shorty pajamas back on. Yep.
Don't you love the fact that if you're an alien, you come and you kidnap, say, you, and there's 2 areas where you can enter the body if you want to be probed. There's the mouth, there's even the nostrils, but they always go the bum.
Well, maybe they were in a hurry. Okay, get the probe in. Where? I don't know. That one there. There's one there. It looks perfect for it. Yep.
But
really?
Surely as an alien you go, that smells a bit down there. We'll go up here. This is the mouth. Why do they always choose the bum? It's weird.
How's the probe going? Not great. I don't admit. Do you want to, next time, can we not get one of the humans? Can we get something else? Let's probe something else. Let's probe like desserts or something.
We found a subterranean demon down here.